Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has reintroduced the classic prestige system, and with it comes some very difficult choices about what to use your permanent unlock tokens on when you prestige, especially in zombies. Many of the best field upgrades, ammo mods, score streaks, and weapons are locked away at the higher levels of each prestige, making the game much harder when climbing the ranks to master prestige. As somebody who's rapidly approaching 9th prestige, I feel confident in saying I have a good grip on what will give you the most bang for your buck when entering each new prestige and the things that you should consider permanently unlocking, especially in the lower prestiges. So stay locked in, because in this video, I'm going to be giving you the top 10 things you should use your permanent unlock tokens on in Black Ops 6 Zombies, starting with the ones that aren't as necessary and ending with the must-haves. If you do enjoy this video and find any of this information useful, please consider dropping a like and subscribing, as it really helps the videos and channel do well in the YouTube algorithm. That being said, let's get into the good stuff. Coming in at number 10, we have the LT-53 Asmir Grenades. These are unlocked at level 48, and they are the best tactical grenades in the game. Honestly, one of the best of all time. The thing that makes the Asmir Grenades so good is that you can pull them out super quickly, throw them down, and almost immediately it'll activate a black hole, very similar to the Gersh devices from the original Black Ops Zombies games. Now, occasionally the zombies will drop these grenades. However, it's very unlikely that they drop them very often. And again, these unlock at level 48, so you basically have to be all the way at the top max level in order to craft these in the crafting table. The reason they're not much higher on the list is because they cost 2,500 salvage just to craft one of them, and honestly, just using one isn't worth the salvage. They're nice if you find them off the ground. However, again, not very good in terms of salvage management there, especially when there are some other things that are better that you can craft with your salvage. But they are worth the permanent unlock, especially once you get to like the higher prestiges and you're at like prestige 8 or 9 like me if you have no life. And at number 9, we have the AS Val, which is unlocked at level 55. Now, the reason why I've included this one on the list is because, one, it's honestly probably one of, if not the best ARs currently in the game in zombies, and two, you unlock it at the very last level of each prestige. Now, as somebody who's already done the camo grind and gotten Nebula, I used a permanent unlock token on this around prestige 5 just so that I could have it, make sure I get all the camos and not have to worry about it. Now, it is on the wall on Terminus. However, I did the majority of the camo grind on Liberty Falls, where it's not a wall weapon. So I just wanted to have this unlocked to make sure I could track the camos consistently. Again, you can do the camos and you can progress through them by just buying it off the wall, getting the headshots, and doing the challenges that way. But in order to actually see where you're at in terms of progress, you have to have it unlocked. And that's why I burned one of the prestige tokens on it relatively early on in the prestiges, just so that I could track it and make sure I got all the gold camos knocked out of the way so I could use it for opal. Coming in at number 8, we have the LR-762 sniper rifle, which unlocks at level 49. Now, you might be like, why the hell would you burn a permanent unlock token on the LR? It's a sniper rifle. Well, good question. When you pack-a-punch it, it actually shoots explosives, which is so good. Obviously, you need to pair this with PhD Flopper for it to be really viable, but once you get it kitted out with pack-a-punch level 3 and legendary rarity, it becomes an absolute beast of a gun. This thing will 2-tap manglers into the 30s. It clears out hordes of zombies. You can pretty much use this in any situation you'd like. I just think it's one of the better weapons in the game, especially when you get it pack-a-punch and leveled up. It is really hard to camo grind too, because you need the headshots for it, and you can only do that in the first like 15 rounds before the gun falls off. You can technically get headshots with the explosive version of it when it's pack-a-punched, but again, I would really stick to not doing that if you're going to do the camo grind. Just either buy it off the wall in Liberty Falls, or honestly, just permanently unlock it. That way you can track the camos and see where you're at. In at number 7, we have the first score streak of the list. It's the Chopper Gunner. You unlock this at level 45, and the reason why I would burn a permanent unlock token on this, especially once you get to the higher prestiges, is because it's great for exfilling. If you want to leave the game, if you want to exfil, it's very tough to do this year, especially on Liberty Falls. I would highly suggest unlocking this so that you can craft it at the table whenever you want. It's also good for getting out of sticky situations. If you get cornered, you literally just pull out the Chopper Gunner. You'll become invincible. The zombies won't be able to hit you, and you'll go into the sky and be able to clear out pretty much the entire round. Good for high round strats too. It's good all around. Again, this one's not as necessary, but if you get to like 7th prestige, 8th prestige, 9th prestige, and you're just looking for something to burn your unlock tokens on that's actually worth it, I would highly suggest this, because when you go to the crafting table, it's not going to be unlocked for the majority of the time that you're in your prestige. Number 6 goes to the Decoy Grenades. Now, these are unlocked at level 35, and they spawn off the zombies a little bit more, but it is nice to be able to craft these whenever you want, because I feel like they are a little bit better than the Asmir Grenades, and they give you a little more bang for your buck in terms of salvage. Now, these only cost 500 salvage to craft at each table, and you can hold up to a maximum of 2 of them, so using your 1,000 salvage is much better to basically get a lightweight monkey bomb or a lightweight Asmir Grenade, as opposed to having to spend 2,500 salvage, basically over almost triple the amount it costs just for a regular Decoy Grenade. And again, these unlock at level 35. I found myself running to the crafting table a lot to go and craft these, and they're just not able to be crafted, and it's something that I definitely would love to use my permanent unlock token on here coming up in Prestige 9. At the halfway point, number 5 goes to the GS45 pistols. These are actually the lowest level unlock in the entire list. These unlock at level 28. And again, you might be wondering, why the pistols? Well, if you haven't heard already, these become basically the Mustang and Sally's of the game, and they're one of, if not the best bullet weapons that you can possibly have. They're lightweight, so you can train with them. Another reason why I would use these as a permanent unlock token is because when you're leveling them up and you get them to max level, you can then equip the akimbo attachment, which makes them the Sally and Fourth, basically the Mustang and Sally of the game. And these are one of the best weapons you can possibly use. You can use them in different situations, whether you're clearing out zombies in a boss fight, whether you're doing damage to the boss, whether you're just playing around for fun, whatever it might be. It's so amazing to have these in the game, and it's just such a cool callback to the original Mustang and Sally's. You know, we didn't get them in Cold War, didn't see them in MWZ, and this is the first time we've had those explosive pistols since Black Ops 4 when there was the Welling. But again, definitely worth the permanent unlock, especially if you want to run the dual wield variant. You can buy it off the wall, I think, on both maps, but right now the weapon kits aren't updating, so if you do have the akimbo, you won't be able to get it off the wall. And as well as if you buy it off the wall, it's only going to be a single pistol. So bringing them in and being your main weapon are really, really nice here to get that extra ammunition. At the number 4 spot, we have the Mutant Injection. This would have been probably number 2 or number 1 on the list had it not received a significant nerf from Treyarch. These are unlocked at level 39. You can craft them in the table. You can find them off of bosses that'll drop them throughout the game. But these were used for the high round strategy, and they still are, but they aren't as good. So if you don't know, the original high round strategy in the game was to craft a Mutant Injection, pop it, kill off all the manglers, kill off any of the elite zombies that spawn on the map, and they were likely to spawn another Mutant Injection, which means you wouldn't have to spend 2,500 salvage on them at the crafting table. You could just hoard salvage, rely on the bosses to drop you more Mutant Injections, and in case they didn't, you'd be able to buy more at the table and not really put a dent in your overall salvage. Now, these have been nerfed since then. Now, if you're using a score streak like a chopper gunner or a Mutant Injection, the bosses can't drop Mutant Injections. You can only get these from killing them with a regular bullet weapon, or I think a trap too will drop them as well. A pretty hard nerf to the way that they spawn in the map, but they're still really, really good and easily the best score streak and the most fun score streak to use in the game. At number 3, we have the last weapon on this list. This is the ASG-89 shotgun, unlocked at level 31, and this thing is by far the best gun in the game. It's not too great on low rounds, but once you get the entire gun leveled up and get your attachments, you get triple pack-a-punch on it, you get legendary rarity. These things absolutely shred not only regular zombies, not only elite zombies, not only manglers, but also the bosses as well, dude. This thing absolutely wrecks Patient 13 in the Terminus boss fight. As you guys can see up on screen right now, this is the last stage of the boss fight. It lasted, I'm not even exaggerating, like 45 seconds at most to just spray at his head. It'll completely take him down. It's such a good weapon. It's a fun weapon to use, and it's easily the best bullet weapon currently in the game. And I know it unlocks level 31, which is a pretty low level to be using a permanent unlock on, but trust me guys, if you're doing the Easter egg with your friends, if you're just trying to run around and have some fun and survive, this is the gun to use right now, and that's why I would personally use a permanent unlock token on it. At number 2, we have Shadow Rift. This is the only alternate ammo type or ammo mod on the list. It unlocks at level 44, and you might be like, what's so great about an alternate ammo type? Deadwire is unlocked at level 1 or at a very low level, so you can pretty much craft it right away. Well, let me tell you guys, Shadow Rift is the best ammo mod in the game for multiple reasons. One, it's the coolest. You shoot it at a zombie, it opens up a portal and sucks the zombie in and then drops them from the sky. Now, what makes this really, really good is the base version will activate on manglers, and when you pair it with the big game augment, it actually works on the abominations and the amalgams. And even if they're at full health and it activates on them, it'll drop them from the sky and completely wipe them off in one shot. Now, it does take a little bit of time to reactivate. That's why you probably have to pair it with the elemental pop augment, which shouldn't be too hard to get. But there is a second augment for Shadow Rift. I think it's called Targeted. What ends up happening is when you shoot it at either zombies or one of the big bosses like the Amalgam or the Abominations, it'll suck them up, put them in the sky, and then drop them over a horde of zombies. So it'll clear out hordes of zombies while taking out the big boss. And again, this is unlocked at level 44. Every time I've gone to craft this on a low level, I've been really missing it. Really, really shines during the camo grind too, because when you use it on the manglers or the bosses, it counts for both the camos. So again, super OP just as a normal alternate ammo type. Super OP for the camo grind, especially on the worst weapons. I would highly recommend making this your first or second permanent unlock when you're going through these prestiges. And at number 1, the best thing that I think you could use your permanent unlock tokens on in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies is Ether Shroud. Now, this was nerfed heavily in MWZ. It was really goated back in Cold War. It's found a nice medium ground here in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and it's unlocked at level 47. It's the best get out of jail free card in the game that isn't currently a gobblegum. You can really just, if you're in a corner, pop this and you're good for, I think it's now 8 seconds. It was 10 seconds, but you know, if you're in a corner and you're trapped, you can pop this and get out of it really simply. If you're in co-op, you can use it to pick up down teammates. Now again, you probably want quick revive with it or pair it with something else, and of course you could just run healing aura, which would help get those teammates up. But again, this is for personal benefit here. If you're getting stuck in a corner and you want to get out of it, you can res teammates with it. You can get away from zombies. You can like make bosses not target you. It's just all around the best field upgrade currently in the game, in my opinion. It can be used in multiple different ways, and the fact that it's basically unlocked at the end of each prestige is why you should use a permanent unlock token on it. This was my second permanent unlock token. I think I did the Mutant Injection first, and that was before the nerf to it. So again, if I had to do that all over again, I would have just chosen Ether Shroud. But this was my second one, with Shadow Rift being the third. And again, Ether Shroud just is so good in multiple different ways, and it's something that you basically have to have unlocked if you want to be good and survive at the game. But that was it. That was the top 10 things I would use permanent unlock tokens on in Black Ops 6 Zombies, especially the ones towards the end there. Those are basically necessities that you're going to want if you want to survive the high rounds and be good at the game. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I do everything Black Ops 6 Zombies around here. Eventually, we'll dive into some multiplayer, hopefully get that Dark Matter camo grind underway now that I'm done with Nebula. But again, if you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Remember to stay hydrated. Peace.